Okay, so this reading is going to be for Aquarius. Okay, and let's see. So right now, the main energy is the Ace of Wands. It's okay. So I'm seeing someone who's walking towards this statue. It's like they're walking up this hill towards this statue, whatever that means. So maybe you're going somewhere. It's almost like they're on a trip. It's clearly like a monument or some sort of memorial to something, but there's this grand feeling about it. Maybe that's relevant to an idea that you have or something coming. It's this feeling of being like larger than life, like something that's very broad and very bold, and it's like a bronze figure. Maybe bronze, there's something about some importance behind bronze. Maybe it's an area where they're commemorating like the life of someone, like a celebration of life. It seems like this is some sort of I'm seeing like a big bouquet, obviously on someone's grave or something like that, like a memorial to someone. There's someone's name that is Sandy that is coming through, and maybe you're reflecting on it. Actually feels like two separate people. So the Ace of Wands, this is the first portion of this, is about someone who is on this trip and they have this idea. Things are finally coming to fruition. They're finally able to make a move towards something. It's almost like receiving news about like getting an opportunity, something coming through, but it's because of the significance of the statue and because it's bronze. Maybe you will only know what the relationship is there. But the separate energy is related to someone named Sandy, and I think this had to do with the flowers on the casket, like some commemoration of someone's life. It's like you're sitting and thinking about whatever it was that just happened. Maybe it was someone who passed. That tends to come up a lot, especially in the evening. Yeah, so you're trying to because a lot's not coming through so quickly, it's almost like you're at a loss of for words. You don't really know what it is that you have to say. You have nothing to say. You're just in a deep state of reflection. There's like a somber feeling to whatever it is that has just happened here. But completely different energy with this Ace of Wands. So if you're reflecting with this second story, then the main theme of it is to focus on this meditation card. Also, you can see that I happen to be using this moon, and you see this moon in this card here. So it's like you're looking up at the moon. It's probably important to use some sort of like bath rituals or some sort of rituals related to the moon, even going outside at night, like using the nighttime to help you connect is going to be helpful. There's going to be some peace that comes to you at nighttime. Also, that's clearly relevant because I'm using this deck, and this is the intuitive night. Let's focus. Intuitive Night Goddess deck. Is it gonna focus? Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Overall, this is the overall message, and this is wanting to be shown as a past, present, future. So in the past, you have the Five of Cups. And it's looking like there was a lot coming at you from different directions, and it had to do with family members, or maybe like conflicts, some sort of conflict, some sort of chaos, maybe. There's someone that works in like family, some sort of family counseling, but even if not, this is relevant to some sort of chaos in the family in the past. And you see you're at this center here, and you're just you're like a witness to what's happening. In the current energy, you have the Death card, and what's being highlighted is right here in the staff. Let's see what that is. I can't even really tell what it is. It looks like this is not what it is, but it actually looks like I'm seeing it as some sort of like canister, like a watering canister. There's something in it. So the relationship here is to whatever's happening that is it's like a birth, a re-death, whatever loss you're having or some transition that you're going through, you're actually holding in your left hand this vase or this container, and the container is gold, and it has something important in that. It's some sort of oil or some sort of water, but the imagery is basically saying like whatever it is that you hold on to, that is your power right now. And it's something about you being whatever you're really good at. Like there's something that you're a master of. You may not even realize that, or you may not want to realize that, but that is moving you into this future card, which is the Ten of Cups, which is complete fulfillment and comfort and satisfaction in life. And you can see this like aurora borealis in the background. Maybe I'm actually seeing a group of people who are camping, and they're outside and they're looking at the sky, and they're like, as you're listening to this, you're going to be seeing this. You might even be talking with someone about like UFOs or UAPs or something, but as I'm looking into the camera and looking at this card, I'm actually seeing this as a craft and like a bunch of lights coming down, even though that's not what it actually is. So that's kind of cool, but there's some sort of relationship to, and if you hear some sort of relationship to like chaos in this group of people that you're with, this death and rebirth, this challenge, like you're holding on to the water that you have, you're holding on to these resources that you have. But this card is unique in this deck specifically because this person in the death card is in all white and they almost look angelic. So it's like being tested. It's like you're being put in these circumstances where they're really testing you, and then you have to serve. It's like some sort of survival. Like you have to use the resources that you have in order to end in this state, which is end in this Ten of Cups, end in this like fulfilling place. But it feels like this is a group energy, so you might even be around a lot of people, or like just using people is going to help you to move through whatever's happening. Only you know what's happening in your own life, right? The numbers here, we have a 5, a 13, and a 10. So 5, 13, and 10. You can look those numbers up. And for some reason, I'm going to use the same cards. These cards wanted to come out initially. Okay. So again, you can see that you can see it okay, I guess. Introspection and meditation are actually in the past, and through introspection she has a wand, and the wand is being carried into the 9 of Wands. So it's like feeling at peace in this state where you're alone, and then when you're coming out into the world you feel like you're having to be really defensive. So it's like you're pushing against wanting to be alone, and feeling at ease in your solitude, and then you're being whatever this, let's see what this is. Okay, this 10 of Swords, something about, like, an example of this would be if you're starting a new position or just going to work, there's some sort of task that you're having to do in your daily life, like in your professional life, in your work life, and it might be a little challenging. And you can see this here, like, also there's a relationship to the print. Okay, so let me hold this up. So if you're not watching this and you're listening, you can see that there's I'll describe it to you. This image is a 10 of Swords. There's a woman holding a bunch of swords, and she actually has this dress on, and it looks like some sort of animal print, and it looks almost like a leopard print or a cheetah print. And the clarifying card that I pulled on top of that is from the Spirit Song Tarot. So it's an animal spirit tarot. And I'm looking at something, I think it's a bobcat, or some sort of cat, but there's a relationship between the print that she's wearing and the animal that's showing up. And this is the 9 of Acorns. It says peace and perseverance. So it's almost like whatever this challenge is that you're having to go through, or that you're mourning in your daily life, like in your work day life, you're having to come into this power. You're having to learn how to move past whatever this. There's something that, like, please focus, that triggers you in some way. And you're figuring out how to not let that happen. And you can see that this is clarified by this 9 of acorns. So, and the 9 moves into the 10, so you're actually moving backwards. You're moving from the 10 to the 9, but they're different suits. So you're moving from the wand energy, you're moving from like an ethereal, spiritual place into the acorns. I think that the acorns are either cups or pentacles. It seems like they would be pentacles, but it doesn't matter. It's the feeling that is being invoked, and the feeling that's being invoked is this like very intense, powerful place. So you're having to be firm about who you are. And if you look in the sequence of cards, the next card here is the Ace of Wands, which is going to lead to this like ultimate fertility. Something about fertility, and that can be in any area. Just reading the illustration simply. One, it's fertility because it's red. Red is related to that whole, to being rooted in the body, to blood, everything that nourishes the soul, like everything that is nourishing is invoked by this color, and green. And of course you have the white wand coming through the center. So let's see, I'm still feeling like this, whatever is happening, that you're really having a lot of difficulty being out in the world somehow. And this is a reading for Aquarius. So if you are not an Aquarius, like with a dominant sign, like a rising sign or a moon sign, you really need to figure out what part of your chart this is in. For, like, if this was in your 4th house, this might be, if you had Aquarius in your 4th house, that would be Aquarius in the home. And this story is showing up as someone who's really comfortable at home but having a difficult time moving into this powerful place, moving into this role that you're being assigned essentially in your professional life. That's just an example. So let's see. And what does Aquarius need to do in order to feel confident enough to step into this powerful place? Awakening. And this card, this is an angel, and she's wearing a green and pink robe. Pink represents Venus. It also represents some sort of flight, right? There's some sort of help that may come to you. There's some sort of faith, some some ideology related to faith that you are forgetting to implement. Maybe you don't even have to like believe in anything, but there's something that will come to light, something that will come to your aid that will help lead you to this space of the Ace of Wands, which is the end goal, the end result. And also, if you can see this on the table, you can't that well, but there's a Nine of Wands, and she's sitting in this garden, she's sitting in this forest in a grove. It's like it's a pretty lit grove. And that's behind, it's important to read the cards the way that they fall on each other. You can't really see what's on the left side of her, and the left side of the body is related to the feminine, like to the female energy. So I guess it's about using the dominance, using the masculine energy to come into this power. Let's see what's on the left side. What is not revealed on the left side? So how is this feminine energy playing out? Reveal this side. Freedom and Six of Pentacles. Okay. Freedom. And also, there's another play, there's another relationship to this like cheetah print, this tiger print, this cat print. Like there's some repetitive print that is showing up here, and they're all cats. So, also in this card, this person is looking to the left. So I'm just gonna say what I'm feeling here. There's a large group of you who are wanting maybe some sort of freedom in your life, in your relationship, or that's how you interact with the world. In that sense, people might see you that way, in your feminine state, right? So and you can also see there are 2 crescent moons, so there's some sort of balance here. And the way that you're finding that balance is through this Six of Pentacles, which is not revealed right now. So maybe that's what you're working on building. It seems like that's what you're working on because it's not showing up. Again, I was reading for the left side of this person and this Nine of Wands energy. So, and if you can see this card, which even if you can't, there's a Circle of Pentacles, and the circle is used. Actually, I happen to be using a circle of rocks. Like I created a circle and then put the candle in it. So also, there's the moon here. We have these small little candles. There's something important about the significance of a circle as a symbol. Maybe it's just trying to illustrate that you have to approach something in this systematic way, like they're almost like stepping stones. So maybe creating that map for yourself, creating a route, or trying to understand if there's some sort of challenge that is happening right now. you're going to better understand yourself through writing like a circle of events in relationship to the chronology of something that happened, right? So like if there was an experience that was like challenging for you, or it's hard for you to, it could have even been like hurtful, maybe just write that out in a circle, and that will give you, for some reason, you're going to be able to understand something about yourself that you're not able to see right now. Okay? And again, this card, this freedom card, is really important. This is what you're working towards. And you see all these animals. These animals are from a multitude of continents. There are these wings in the background. They actually look like moth wings. I don't know anything about moths. You can take it in whatever way. Okay, you can take it as a butterfly if you want, but it looks like a moth. And they're wearing all blue, like a royal blue. They also have some sort of crown on. So there's something that blue is related to the throat, to like speaking truth. So there might be some sort of truth that you are preparing to reveal, because again, this is what's hidden. Or this could be a truth that you're having to step into as the Nine of Acorns, which is this power. Also, this card, this Nine of Acorns, has a shade of blue. There's some sort of blue hue to it. So there's a relationship with these two cards. There really isn't any other blue. A little bit in the Awakening, but so you have the a lot of moon, a lot of Venus. So this is an Aquarius reading, some water, a lot of mind, obviously, because it's like mental and spiritual. It's a mental and spiritual hurdle. It's like some sort of unraveling that's happening. Okay, and let's pull a few more. Again, so the order of the cards is introspection. That is in your past. That might even be where you are right now. So if you're watching this, you relate to the introspection card, then you basically just read it as a roadmap, right? So you can read it as, okay, you're in this state where you're building this fire. You're moving through this freedom. You're having some sort of awakening, but you're challenged somewhere in your external life and your physical world. There's a challenge, but it's forcing you to come into this powerful place that you aren't very certain about, and it's leading to an Ace of Wands. For those who are relating to this introspection card, I'm seeing someone who's really they're pretty shy, and they're really feeling like this Ace of Wands is never going to be attainable. And there's some sort of like confidence issue. You have the Hermit, and it says contemplation and wisdom, and it's a koala. So it's also directly related to introspection, the Hermit. This introspection card is almost the same imagery as the Hermit is in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The Hermit has a lantern. He holds a lantern. In this introspection card, this goddess is holding a fire, a wand of fire. So it's talking about finding your own light, finding an internal light, by going inward, right? And this can be related to like finding the God within, right? Or just the idea that like God dwells inside of you. Like there is no, you don't have to look for anything externally to find, that faith. And there's not saying that this is there's not one specific, religion per se. Whatever you believe is fine, but it's about finding this comfort in yourself. And if you see this koala is sitting amongst a bunch of foliage, it's all ripe. Everything is green. And yeah, everything is green, and probably it's a very cooling feeling, as opposed to this introspection, which is a little hot. Sorry, I keep yawning. Okay. And let's see. You're like, so how do I get to this? You're like, okay, I hear you, I have to go in, but how do I get to this place of power? Like, I don't see how that's gonna happen. Someone's saying, like, I don't really see how that's gonna happen. I just don't see myself getting there. So, let's see how that's gonna happen. As the light flickers. And you're going to get there through the Three of Cups. So, the image that I'm seeing right now is you holding your two hands. You have two hands. There's another hand that's going to help you. So something's going to come to you that's going to be offered. You might not even see what it is. It might not be big. It might just be like an opportunity to... maybe even something that someone says that's positive. Like there's going to be a nudge that happens. And it might be coming from like a boss, or even just someone you don't know. But it's gonna be like a supportive energy. And it's going to give you some sort of confidence to move into this Nine of Acorns. And also you can see, just like this Three of Cups and the Ace of Wands, they both have a lot of red in them. It's about something about believing, though. When I was shuffling before I started recording, I'm gonna try to remember what I was told. Something about, maybe it was about a barn. Oh, I can't remember. I should probably write that down. And then here, this is like the Spirit of Swords. So this is not yet, this is like your ideal state, is being able to be someone who says whatever it is that you want. Oh, so there's someone here whose energies are very meek, like you're really like probably very, very shy, and you're just trying to understand how it is that you're gonna ever come into this place of power. Like you could even be like trying to, you're just like starting a career, some sort of career that forces you to have to interact with people, and it's like very overwhelming. But eventually this is where you will get and you're gonna get there with the help of the elephant. So you should probably even use this as a totem, definitely. So you're gonna want to like carry an elephant around, or like an image of an elephant. This is gonna bring a lot of peace to you. It's gonna make you feel strong, and you relate to this in some way. It's like they're very strong, but like soft at the same time. Like there's something that you relate to a lot, and it says courage and wisdom. So in order to become this Spirit of Swords, you're gonna have to use this energy. How is that? And that's going to help you get through this Ten of Swords energy, and that you're going to come up against pretty soon. And you're going to end up in this field of flowers. I'm seeing the letters V. I'm seeing the 3, the UVW, UVW. I don't know what that means, but we also have a 51 on the time screen, so I would encourage you to look up the number 51. And let's see. Is there anything else that they need to know? I'm hearing Liverpool. And nettle. Okay, so we're gonna pull one flower, soul flower, and it's the pansy, and it says resonance. So in order to feel this resonance in whatever it is that this undertaking, it's probably important to just it's about connecting to the soul. But you have to go inward, right? I think this is difficult. Again, yeah, that's confirmed by the introspection showing up at the bottom. So it's like if you read this, you see this like this red coming through this flower. It's almost like it almost looks like a firework out of the image in the background. And then you have this fire that's in this card. It's talking about you having to find that first alone. That's the challenge. All right, my friends. That's it. Thank you so much.